short message from me before we start watching this vlog. This vlog was created in 2021. I couldn't edit it earlier. Now, after such a long break, I had no motivation to do it, because it was filmed with an old phone and its quality is poor. Now, at the last minute, I completely changed the order of the scenes. I also tried to read the text several times. This again took a lot of work. However, I am satisfied. I like my stubbornness and finishing something I already didn't want to do. And I can advertise this vlog as a vintage vlog. My next vlogs will be made with my new phone. I could even do it in 4 or 8K, but I preferred standard resolution. In my new vlogs will be zero history, zero devastated buildings, my favorite buildings, just me in a white dress with coffee and blue parasol in the background. Hi friends, and welcome to my channel, to the channel of Emmanuelle. Today I am in a small spa town situated on the south of Poland, and the name of this spa town is Lądek Zdrój. My favorite cities in Poland that are Krakow and Wrocław, and I leave you the link to my vlog from Krakow here and at the end of this video, but I didn't think that I will see so amazing little town. That is because I like here the post-German buildings which wait for their investors. But Lądek Zdrój is most of all a spa town where the tourists come to take the bath in the thermal water, to go to the forest, to drink a coffee in a coffee house. Also, the history of this place is very interesting, and I would like to present you this history during my film, so stay with me to the end of this video. I invite you also to subscribe my channel, to like this video, to visit my website, my fan page, my Instagram. So I invite you to watch this video. In order to better present you Lądek Zdrój, previously called Lądek in German, since 1935 Bad Lądek, I will introduce you to some curiosities related to this town and how it is recommended by its authorities. Lądek Zdrój is an extraordinary place due to the existing springs, water, picturesque mountain location and the rich history of this place. The thermal baths in Lądek Zdrój have been appreciated for centuries. The treatments in this town were used, among others, by Prussian kings, Tsar Alexander and many other distinguished guests. Radium and sulfite fluoride thermal waters are available here. These waters help in rheumatic, orthopedic and neurological diseases and also have a positive effect on beauty. The most characteristic spa facility in Lądek Zdrój is the Spring Adalbert Zdrój Wojciech natural therapy facility, modeled on a Turkish bath. It was built in 1678 directly above a hot bubbling spring of mineral water. In this Spring Adalbert, there are 2 springs from which you can draw water directly and for free. These are the springs Zdzisław and Skłodowska-Curie. Zdzisław is a purely mineralized fluoride radon sulfite thermal water. Skłodowska-Curie water is similar, except that it is not sulfite. Lądek Zdrój is recommended by its authorities as the most beautiful town in Lower Silesia. This spa part presents the splendor of the 19th century European aristocracy, but the beautiful old town of Lądek Zdrój, which architecturally combines the Middle Ages, the Bridge of St. John of Nepomuk, the Renaissance and the Baroque, houses on the Market Square, the Holy Trinity Monument, the Parish Church, also deserves attention. For me, very interesting information was that Lądek Zdrój is a town that invests in culture. Many different festivals of a regional, national, European and even global character are held here. While in Lądek Zdrój, next to my now favorite pink building, where Spa Coffee House, Kawiarnia Zdrojowa used to be, I noticed a poster for the 23rd Olga Sawicka Dance Theatre Festival, an international festival. I was surprised. I think it is great. I didn't know that such a small town could have such potential. I leave you the link to the festival and some other interesting links with photos of Lądek Zdrój under my vlog. Another new and interesting information for me was that Lądek Zdrój supports ecological activities. In October 2022, the Lądek Energy Cooperative was established in Lądek Zdrój. It will deal with the production of energy from the new renewable energy sources for the needs of the cooperative, which includes many municipal entities such as kindergartens or cultural centers. This action will allow not only an ecological change in the field of energy generation, but also an improvement in air quality and savings, which in the first year of operation were estimated at around 500,000. In the future, members of the cooperative will also be able to be residents and entrepreneurs from the commune of Lądek Zdrój, who will give up using traditional fuel and switch to electric infrared radiators or heat pumps. However, regarding the tourism and history of Lądek Zdrój, it is worth knowing that Lądek Zdrój was first an elitist town where only aristocrats came. Only later it became an egalitarian town where everyone could be treated. Mass tourism was enabled by the fact that the railway was brought to Lądek Zdrój in 1897 and also later by the development of car transport. In 1914 there were 10 hotels and several boarding houses in Lądek Zdrój, and patients and holiday makers visited Lądek from mid-April to the end of October. In 1938, there were in the health resort 14 hotels and sanatoriums, 18 large boarding houses and youth hostel. In June 1945, the name of the city changed for the last time, but Lądek was renamed Lądek Zdrój. From that moment, the Polish history of this health resort began. In August 1765, the then ruler of the area of today's Poland, the Prussian King Frederick II the Great, came to the resort. The effects of his treatment were so good that he expanded Lądek Zdrój with new facilities, gardens and roads. The tub in which he used to bathe became a spa relic and was exhibited in the Marienbad pump room in today's Zdrój Wojciech until 1945. However, in 1782, the Minister of Silesia and South Prussia, Karl Gregor von Hoyma, having also taken treatment in Lądek Zdrój, personally took care of the development of the spa. The area between the Old George, Stary Jerzy, Spring Adalbert, Zdrój Wojciech and the Forest Temple, Świątynia Leśna, was created. The Forest Temple was an extremely interesting building. Was because nothing remains of it. You can only find the place where it was, and you can see it in old photos. For example, in the photo presented on the city's website. I leave you the link to the photo below my vlog. The 19th century is the period when princes and princesses came to Lądek Zdrój. For example, in 1800, King Frederick William III with his wife Louis of Prussia, a patron of the spa, as well as Tsar of Russia Alexander I, Prince of Prussia Wilhelm I, Princess of the Netherlands Marianne of Orange-Nassau, who contributed to the development of this region. Thanks to her, among others, the Venice Coffee House, Kawiarnia Wiedeńska, was created, which is now very popular. Lądek Zdrój is located on the border with the Czech Republic. This is where the Śnieżnicki Landscape Park, Śnieżnicki Park Krajobrazowy, is located, which includes several reserves in which there are, for example, a waterfall or cave. Being in Lądek Zdrój, it is worth going to Blueberry Mountain, Borówkowa Góra, one of the highest peaks of the Golden Mountain. Blueberry Mountains owes its name to blueberries found here. There is an interesting story associated with this place. It was here that a clandestine meeting of oppositionists of Polish-Czechoslovak solidarity took place, with the participation of, among others, Wacław Havel and Jacek Kuroń. Borówkowa Góra can be reached from Lądek Zdrój along the yellow and green trail in about 3 hours. There is also a second, less difficult way up from the car park and Lutynia Trawna border. At the top of the mountain there is a tower with an observation deck. I have not been to this mountain, but I have climbed the Trojak Rocks. You can reach the Trojak Rocks in about an hour by following the blue train from Leśna Street. At the top of the rocks there is a vantage point with a view at the Kłodzko Valley. Going further, we will encounter more interesting natural objects, rocks, and the ruins of the castle stronghold. I hope that the literature lessons at school were enough interesting for you that you still remember about the most outstanding German poet living at the turn of the 18th and 19th centuries, which was Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. He is known, among others, from writing works such as Faust or The Sorrows of Young Werther. In August 1970, Goethe went on a trip to Poland, to Lower Silesia, accompanying Prince Charles August. He visited, among others, Lądek Zdrój, where he celebrated his 41st birthday. This is the end of my stories about Lądek Zdrój. This town amazed me with itself, especially the Venice coffee house and the pink building with large windows, which also used to be a cafe. I hope one day this place will come alive again. In fact, every building there is beautiful, but a lot of it needs renovation. I have the impression that few people know such a rich history of this town, and that few people have even heard of this town. If you know Lądek Zdrój, write what you like most about this town. And if you don't know this town, write in the comment whether this video encouraged you to visit Lądek Zdrój. You can visit it in the summer or in the winter, because it looks also charming, covered with snow. This is the last day here in Lądek Zdrój, in this beautiful spa town. The architecture and the history of this town is very interesting. I invite you to subscribe my channel, to like this video, to visit my fan page, my Instagram and my website. And thank you for watching and see you!